What's up, my YouTube family? Welcome back to the Gaming Brigade, and today's video is a quick one, my friends. It is to verify the fact that the Division 2 is not making any changes whatsoever to the General Anderson exotic farm. You can farm that mission as many times in a row as you want. You will get a random exotic at the end of each run, so they listen to the community and no changes are being made. Now, if you happen to enjoy this video or find it helpful at all, do me a favor really quick and hit that like button. You can feel free to subscribe or join as well, and we do have giveaways here. Our current one is for an Xbox Series S. To enter, all you need to do is subscribe here or follow on Twitter, and the winner will be announced December 31st of this year. So you can see here the game put out a tweet this morning, and they said the following: "We've heard your concerns and decided against implementing any changes. You should be able to acquire the Dr. Home exotic rifle as a random exotic drop once you complete the General Anderson mission or by replaying it with a new character." Now, over the last day, a lot of you sent me questions that I want to answer, but really quick, I want to go over the actual farming method itself for those of you that may have missed it or have no idea what I'm talking about. So this all has to do with the Manhunt mission, and once you've completed the 4 targets, you get the primary target, General Anderson. And upon completing that part of the mission for the first time, you're going to get the Dr. Home exotic. Now, after that, you can refarm this mission as many times in a row as you like, and at the end of every attempt, you are going to get a guaranteed random exotic drop. It is fantastic for players. Let's say if you've missed out on certain exotics from seasons past. It does give you the opportunity to hopefully get something you're looking for. Now, you can choose your targeted loot when it comes to this mission. However, that is not going to have an impact on the exotic that you get whatsoever. It is going to obviously have an impact on the loot you may get during the mission itself, but the exotic at the end is completely and totally random, so if you happen to be farming for other gear, you can do that, and the best part is that you can do this on any difficulty whatsoever, and you are still guaranteed that exotic. Now, as I mentioned in a video yesterday, the reason why the game was going to put this change in place was because there were some players out there who, when they initially completed the General Anderson mission, their inventory was full, and because of that, the Dr. Home dropped on the ground. There was a bug in the game that actually just brought the player right back to the base of operations, so they didn't have a chance to actually pick it up, and because they couldn't pick it up, it means that it wasn't in their inventory and they missed out on the item. Now, they wanted to put the Dr. Home as the only exotic you could get from completing this, but upon a lot of people reaching out to the game, they decided to keep things exactly the way they are, which means you're going to get that random exotic upon every single attempt when you complete the mission itself. Now, for those of you that are still trying to get the Dr. Home, the good news is that it is still in the general loot pool, so you can get it from a random drop. I heard from a lot of people that, they ran into that issue where their inventory was full, they couldn't pick up the weapon, but 3 attempts later, they wound up getting it. So again, it's going to be random, but at least this way, you do still have the opportunity to pick it up. You can also start a new character, which means that upon completing it for the first time with that new character, you're guaranteed the Dr. Home, but I know most people just want to farm and just try to get as many different exotics as they can, and this is also obviously great for getting those exotic components as well. Now, at this point, I'd like to take a few minutes and answer some of the questions you've sent the channel in regard to farming, the first of which being, does difficulty matter? Now, you're going to get the exotic no matter what. You could see on that last run, I did this on normal difficulty. I got the blue screen. It is completely and totally God-rolled. However, obviously, the higher the difficulty equals, the better loot you're going to get while you're in the mission itself. So if you're just doing the exotic farm, I recommend just doing on a normal or hard. It's totally up to you, but if you're looking to get that high-end loot as you're doing the mission itself, you want to do the highest difficulty that you can. Now, as I said earlier, the targeted loot that you choose for this mission is not going to have an impact on the exotic you get at the end. The exotic is completely random, but when you want to choose your targeted loot, all you need to do is hover either over Countdown or the Summit. That is where you're going to choose your targeted loot, and that will then set your loot for the mission itself. And as I start to wrap this video up, the reason why yesterday, in my different videos, I talked about the fact that I really hope they kept this in the game was because for a lot of players out there who like to play on their own, this is a great way to run this mission. First of all, it's the only actual mission in the game where you can choose your targeted loot. And secondly, for a lot of people out there, they don't enjoy playing Countdown, whether it's solo or in a group. And what this does is this gives you a guaranteed exotic every 15 minutes. And the reason I keep bringing that up is from many players out there. Look, a lot of us have been playing since day one. We have all the exotics. We're good to go. But keep in mind, there are a lot of players who play for a while, then they leave, they come back. There are also a lot of new players as well. And I think it's more than safe to say that we can all agree upon the fact that sometimes in this game it is incredibly difficult to get exotics to drop, so the fact that this is a guarantee, in my opinion, is only going to bring more players to the game and have them coming back and continue to farm for things they're looking for. Now, one final thing in regard to the exotics, every single previous seasonal exotic is in the general loot pool. You will not find certain things here. You will not find the bighorn here. You will not find raid exclusives here. Those are not going to be able to be farmed using this mission itself. Everything else should be totally good to go. Now, there also happen to be 3 exotics that initially needed to be crafted. They are the Liberty Pistol, the Dodge City Holster, and Ridgeway's Pride. Now, for me, they will be in the general loot pool because I initially crafted them. And I've heard from some people saying that they never crafted them and they were able to see them drop. If that has happened for you, let me know. I honestly don't know if they still need to be crafted or if they are in the general loot pool, so if you have any other information to confirm, please let me know. Now, the good thing is, and most of you know this by now, but you can share items with... Oh, there's also the Nemesis. I do not want to forget about that. That is a marksman rifle tons of people are trying to get. But what I was saying is, the good thing about this game is that when you're farming in a group, and let's say I get something to drop that you have not crafted yet. So we're farming, I get the Nemesis to drop, you haven't been able to get it. I can then share it with you. Once I do, it's then in your general loot pool as well, which means you can ideally help someone farm for it as well. And the best thing about this game is the community working together, helping each other out, getting certain items, and I am so glad they are keeping this aspect in the game. With all that being said, I want to take a moment as always and thank you all for your incredible support of this channel. Now, over the next few weeks, I'm going to be doing a bunch of live streams where I'm helping subs and just viewers get different exotics in the game. I'm doing that on Xbox. If you have any interest, leave your gamer tag in the description down below. Now, I also suggest make sure you turn on notifications so you know when the live streams are going on. I do my best to reach out to different agents, but if I can't reach you, someone else will jump in the group, and it'll be a rotating thing. I'll help some people, then we'll switch a few people out. But as most of you know, the main focus of this channel is to help each other out, so in any way I can do so, I am looking forward to it. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please let me know. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, do me a favor really quick and hit that like button as well. But most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.
Safe area